Okay, guys, we are in the timeline of the skateboarding video games. There's a lot of talk about Skate 4. There's a lot of talk about Skate Dot. There's a lot of talk about Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 plus 4. Now, I love to talk about the game that we do not mention, Tony Hawk's Ride. But apparently this guy, 2 weeks ago, learning to skate from a failed Tony Hawk game. Spoiler alert, it is Ride. So I'm kind of curious to see, like, is he going to play Ride and then see if the skills translate? Like, I think this is kind of like a fun video idea.
Can you learn skateboarding from a video game?
To answer your question, no, you cannot. End vid, bye.
Most people understand that by playing Guitar Hero, you're not actually getting better at playing guitar. And that's because the controller is too simplistic. You can't really replace strings, which are essentially 126 buttons, with just 5 of them. But Guitar Hero did make drums, and learning these drums actually helps you learn real drumming. But don't take my word for it.
It feels like you're playing the song, you're doing them, going through the motions, so it'll make you think that you could do it on the drum set, and it's actually not that much different.
So what I want to find out is if this e-waste peripheral is on the side of drums and I can learn skating from it, or the removal of wheels is big enough to put it on the toy side, and I won't get any better by playing this.
Okay, prediction. I mean, obviously you can't learn to skate. I don't think you could ever learn to ollie or anything. But maybe, like, you would learn how to, like, bend your knees and stuff, and maybe, like, maneuver your body weight a little bit. Maybe, like, the tiniest bit. But I do think it's an interesting premise. Like, the guy's doing good with the production value. I think this is a cool video. One of my friends, he used to say to me, "Oh my god, Guitar Hero is so cool, Ricky." Back in the Guitar Hero Prime, Guitar Hero is so fun. Like, I'm getting really good at it, blah, blah. And I said to him straight up, I go, "Bro, you are wasting your time. What are you doing? You want to play guitar? Fucking play guitar. What's this video game bullshit? Just play guitar." And he said to me, he's like, "You know what, Ricky? Like, you're actually right. I will learn to play guitar." And then he learned to play guitar, and he got really good at guitar and got, like, in love with guitar. Now music is his whole fucking life. So I credit that 100% to me. I thought that was funny. Because I was never really into Guitar Hero. I barely played it, to be honest. I probably played, like, 3 songs. But I thought that was kind of funny.
I am going to be spending the next week immersing myself in this game.
Friend advice, yeah, brutally honest advice, huh?
Story mode, because by the end of it, I feel like I should have enough skill to take on the real board.
You ain't.
This is a good concept.
Get out of here.
Uh-oh, Robo-Moto.
This skater just turned pro, and now look where we're at. This is a true Cinderella story. Just a few days ago, they were called up by P-Rod for a special mission in Southern California.
So if I understood it correctly, the story here is that I became the world's best skater, and this is my journey on how I got there within a couple of days. So just like in real life.
First thing you want to do is get comfortable on the board. Step up onto the board. If your right foot is on the back of the board, you're regular footed. If it's in the front of the board, you're goofy.
And while the game does have cutscenes in the middle and everywhere, they're not the most enthralling and don't have the best information and are riddled with editing mistakes.
I just had a chat with Tony Hawk. You may have heard of him.
Or at least I want.
It's funny to me that non-skater will never understand the, like, Dustin Dolan filming a cutscene for a video game lore. Like, it's kind of funny that he, like, doesn't get it. I think that's great.
Riddled with editing mistakes.
I just had a chat with Tony Hawk. You may have heard of him.
Or at least I want to think there were editing mistakes, I'm not sure. So, they can easily be skipped.
Hey, what's up? Wait. I've been expecting you.
But as for the gameplay, you have 3 sessions to pick from. You can either do a speed run, which means going through the level as fast as possible.
Ooh-wee, you are fast.
Do a trick, which means going through the level and doing as many tricks as possible. Or challenge, which I hate the most. Because there, you have a specific moveset that you have to recreate, but the board glitches
I thought
out
challenge was the most fun when we played on
there are tricks that
stream.
the tutorial just outright hasn't told you on how to complete. As for the bread and butter of the game, the board, how do you control it? And I want to say that it's quite intuitive, at least for a person who's never skateboarded in his life. So, you just push to push yourself in the game. If you want to grab the board, you don't have to physically grab the board, you can just put your hand here, and then you'll do a grab if you jump. To jump, you have to quickly raise the nose of your board. either way. If you do it slowly, you go into manual and then you have to hold your balance. And for the more advanced
like his
stuff,
grass
you have
pad,
flip
yeah.
tricks, which consists of going to the back of the board and then
This is where the game fell apart, is because there was no good way to do a kickflip, so they had to make this like stupid thing. So there was the flip and the spin. So you do a manual and then you push it that way, and then the other one was you do a manual and then you tilt it. But that's where it really fell apart. If they could make that better, it would have felt better,
And
because
for the
that
more
felt
advanced stuff,
terribly
you have
and never
flip
worked.
tricks, which consists of going to the back of the board and then flipping this way or that way.
Terrible.
And flick tricks, which is just like flicking the board.
Both
and that's
terrible.
it. That's pretty much all you can do with a stationary board.
Yeah,
and
I
your
still
home.
have one controller. I destroyed one and I have another one, so we can play it at any time if you guys want. We actually never finished session. We could definitely play through it again.
Which is also kind of a problem.
Alright already, no time for gloating. We still have plenty of work to do. But yes, you're amazing.
So
have I
to
played?
progress
No.
in the story, you need to
I only
complete
play
the
on stream,
aforementioned
to be honest.
challenges to varying degrees of success. Once you have enough points, a new area is unlocked, and you rinse and repeat. The one problem with the game though is that it seemed to have a problem with me, as day 1 ended with me trying to learn inverts, but for some goddamn reason, the game didn't do it. Like it said, I have to hold my hand in front of the sensor, but no matter what I did, I could even squat down and just hold my hand there, it just wouldn't do the invert. And I can't continue because
Oh, I'm covering where you're at.
this is a required tutorial to continue. God, I
See, that's
it's
the
day
problem
one,
with the
I already
game.
wanna
This
kill-
this
Even if you're a
pain right
Tony
here.
Hawk fan, you probably never heard of Tony Hawk Ride. And that's because the game flopped big time. And I have a pretty good sense as to why. The game is not fun. Tony Hawk games were like GTA. They had quite a sizable open world to do whatever you wanted.
Damn.
This game, on the other hand,
The truth
is very
hurts, huh?
limited. As instead of open world areas to go through, you have narrow tunnels. What you see right here is most of the levels. In the original games, you could pull off insane tricks and stuff that's impossible. Here, you're limited to quite a basic moveset because of realism. And
That's actually true. In the game, your mind runs wild and you skate much better than you would skate in real life. In the real ride, you skate worse because it's like, how do I do this? How do I do that? Like, obviously, if you're a non-skater, it doesn't count. But everything you do is so shit because you actually have to do it. That's a decent
what I
observation.
miss the most from old school Tony Hawk is that it was very tongue-in-cheek. It had Easter eggs, it had secret areas, things to explore. You could come back
Bros
years
at the
later
goat room.
and still discover things. In Tony Hawk Ride, there's goddamn nothing. I even tried to find some hidden places or Easter eggs by randomly running around, but it just feels like a wasteland of creativity. No matter how many times I rammed into walls or tried to jump over areas to discover new locations, I was just greeted by hidden walls and nothing else. I don't know what I did to make the game mad at me yesterday, but today I did the invert on my first try, and I didn't even try to do an invert. I don't know, maybe the sensor was tired or something.
The game is very mysterious like that.
Bro, all tricks I know is just this and then this. This and then this. The next few levels were quite decent, but nothing to write home about. We had a basic sewer level and then a basic park level. And that's what
At
most
least
of the
Bro's
game
completing
is. There's
it.
not that much creativity put into the level.
Before I played, I watched a lot of reviewers play Ride, and barely any like actually got to the second level. They mainly just played the tutorial and talked shit after the tutorial. Whereas I like actually beat the whole game. Remember, it was
feels
hard for me
mostly
to
like
beat the
just
final
taking
bit.
very average skateboarding levels and putting it in the game and calling it a day.
Build up the meter by pumping up the crowd. Keep them pumped.
Let's go.
Reverse the footage twice because there wasn't enough of it.
We got a Stevie Williams dance scene.
they have to make this?
Hey, just got a text. Mike B's waiting for you in New York.
Welcome to New York.
The levels themselves aren't that long either. Here, I am showing you the full run of one map from beginning to end without any
Yeah,
cuts.
the sidekick.
And to be fair, this is one of the more
Aged
interesting
terribly.
maps.
I didn't like the vert
For some
mode.
reason, the game decided to be really quirky here and blast my speakers. And I don't mean like just blast, I mean like exterminate them. Because I had to turn this down by 40 decibels so you wouldn't die. This is insane. This is messed up. This game is broken. And before long, I would run into some deep issues. And I don't mean problems where I suck at the game, like I would move one way, character moves another way, I would jump, the character would fly. I mean game-breaking issues, like the board straight up not working. And I tried everything to fix it. Twirling the battery around, changing the battery, changing the USB port of the receiver.
Look at this production value.
The game, reseating the CD, restarting the PlayStation, until...
That was everyone's experience, is that like it wouldn't work and there would be no reason why, and then it would work, you know? Like it would just be like completely random. This dude's experience seems like very representative of what everyone else was saying.
I didn't make that much progress that day because I was quite pissed.
When are we going to skate? You think it's going to be half-half?
Play the game today. Now, this game does have a pretty neat difficult setting.
Does this guy have a lot of subs? I feel like this is really well made. 24k views. I feel like this is a banger vid. I wonder what he's normally making vids about. 65k to live in Japan. Oh, okay, I guess he was in Japan and then he moved. His content is what? All just about Japan? This is super well made. I like this a lot.
You can have it on easy mode, which means that the board turns for you and you just have to focus on the tricks, which is good for learning the basics, I guess. Because intermediate means that you have to deal with the turning as well. And advanced is even less forgiving, as it's supposed to be ultra realistic, with no help in terms of movement, and the tricks also failing more easier. And I of course want to do advanced because that's the most immersive. But controlling the board is such a pain in the ass. I either turn way too.
Yeah, DK, that's what I was saying. I was saying Tony Hawk, because we're talking about the remake 1, 2, 3, 4, Thug 1, 2. I was saying if Tony Hawk remastered every single game, got up to Ride, and then redid it good, and the game was a success, that would be the ultimate comeback story. That's like the unbelievable, insane comeback story.
There's no middle
I would love
ground.
to see it. I feel like the technology is there now. Maybe there's a VR skate game that can be Tony Hawk's Ride. Or something. AR, that's what we were saying. It's so funny.
Like a stable footing here for some reason. And I don't want to believe that it's so bad IRL. Like, this is one thing that I really want to look forward to. Because this just feels very off in the game.
You hate to see it, but this is peak skateboarding technique. I did get
this is why I hated the vert mode, is
scoreboard.
because you just do nothing and you get heaps of score.
Yes, we made it to the Frankfurt airport. Chad, let me know how lore accurate is this airport. Let me know.
Hey, my name is Rodney Mullen. I'm here in Spain, and I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Same, man. Same.
Sacked. Look at this production value.
Isn't the only reason why it flopped though, as it came out at quite a unlucky time. First of all, 2009. That was the peak gaming peripheral era. That's when every game came out with some sort of a plastic knick-knack accompanying it. Oh, you want to do a DJ? No worries.
I'm still kind of annoyed the skaters didn't have the voices like Jack Black did. I'm still not sure if Jack Black's voice was his or not, GR. That one I was still confused about. I listened back to it and I was like, was it? I don't even know. Someone made a comment on my video today and it said something like, it was due to the licensing that if they had the voice, they would have all had to join the union. So they only went with people who were already in the union. I don't think that's true, but I don't know. It was an interesting thing.
You wanted to learn how to play piano? Here you go. You wanted to hurl your Wii remote at a TV at a much greater force than usual? Well, here's a bowling ball for it for whatever reason. And I don't know about you, but I don't really want to reel my fish in with a tiny-ass plastic rod. Yes! And it had a learning curve, which was quite steep. Instead of figuring out how to press buttons on a controller, now you had to physically move the controller with your body, which a lot of gamers aren't into, you know?
You are having a heart attack. Stay relaxed.
But that might mean that the game is actually
real?
Because with Guitar Hero, the game is really simple, but
Guitar?
you're not really learning guitar. While Rocksmith, on the other hand, is really hard, but you're literally learning how playing a guitar is. So this game...
Great video review. When my friends asked me about the game, I sent it to them. Yo, thank you. Well, see, I played through the whole game on stream, then I took a day to think about it, and then I wrote all the script out, then I made the video, then I put it all together. I was happy with that. I thought I did a good job.
could indeed be teaching me proper movesets. Plus, I'm starting to feel quite good on the board. Having my leg on it feels natural now.
British and their horrible beans.
I even like it.
I don't think this dude is
The game
British,
does
right?
end up on a high note,
seems
as the
European.
final level is in Japan. Yes, my second home, let's go! And that's why the entire level is on a Las Vegas-style pinball board.
Yeah.
You didn't think this was the ending, did you? Get ready for the ultimate skate session.
The final map was quite
Yeah,
unique,
this
to be
was
honest,
awful.
consisting of a rock, paper, scissors section, a sick-ass miniature world, and some good old cultural appropriation.
You made it! Great job! You are officially the newest skater to join the elite crew of Boom
I've been there, bro.
TH
Remember
Go
that?
Show winners. It's been a long journey.
I wonder if it was
but you
hard for
showed
him
that we made
as
the
a
right
non-skater.
choice. Congrats, and I'll see you in the next episode of Boom X2 TH Go Show.
You know, I should be happy, and I finished the game, but I am not. I feel like I didn't learn anything, and I didn't have fun either. Thankfully, though,
You think he's gonna go
they
to a
made
skate shop now?
sequel, so I can keep on practicing. Yay! But it would be crazy enough to search auction sites for like old school tech that controls the
Swedish? Yeah,
I got the
maybe.
controller, I got the game. Let's get ready for Tony Hawk's Shred. Big air, bigger tricks. More like big.
I love his editing style. Wow,
And
he actually bought
instantly
another
the
one?
problems continue. I'm glad to see that my original board wasn't effective. That's just how every single board is.
The good news is that the game is surprisingly much better. Like it's improved in every single aspect.
It did feel smoother. I remember thinking that. When I played, it felt like the like misfiring of the controller was definitely smoother on Shred.
I didn't even mention it before because I thought the PlayStation 3 was ancient, but the loading times were driving me insane. Here, the loading is average. Somehow the visuals are crispier and the game looks much better, like a generation better, even though it came out only a year later. Plus, the gameplay is more fun. It has more bombastic elements now.
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
But even with all the new improvements, we're still looking at a game that's like a 3 out of 10 instead of a 2 out of 10. Because
It's true.
It's just not fun to play. And it has one big downside, which kind of completely ruins the game for me. The board lost connection. That's not the reason though.
This is the first time I booted up the
Snowboarding?
game, and I'm straight up flabbergasted. As much of a flabber as an Eastern European Gancasp, I mean. Because nowhere in the menu can I see a story mode. There is a single player section, but you can only choose levels there, and that's it.
I need a story mode because I crave progression, because my brain demands dopamine. And if I'm just clicking in menus, next, I'm not getting that progression dopamine.
True.
And I'm not like asking for some sort of an intense story that's amazing. No, one of my favorite games of all time is Monster Hunter. And if we ignore the new installment in the series which forces story down your throat and go back to the roots, it didn't have much. A giant monster attacked you, left you for dead, a village rescued you, and now you're doing busy work until you build up your power to get the giant monster again. With this one, where's the giant monster? Where's Tony Hawk that I'm facing?
You win!
They tried to lean in for Shred. I feel like because they dealt with all the backlash from Riot, I feel like they tried to lean into like if you went to an arcade in the 90s or whatever, and there's just a game and you just play next level, next level, next level. That's what I was trying to be more, is like an arcadey type game. Whereas the other one was trying to be like more like a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater story game. But I guess they just tried anything they could to try to make the money back. Imagine if I would love for Tony to tell us like what like give us the financials. I would love to know like how, like we know the game was a failure, but like how much, to what extent. That would be so interesting. I wonder if anyone's ever asked him about it.
That's more like
Thankfully, the game is really short.
It technically took me 2 days to finish it, but looking at all the footage, in reality it was more like 3 hours. Since
Yeah, I
just
never beat it.
blasted
Maybe
through
I should
all of the levels,
complete this
as there
100%.
was no story, and everything was also much more intuitive, which played against
See how
me,
it's all
as
arcadey,
it
like
was
lame like
easier
this?
to get through everything. And somehow the ending was an absolute letdown. While the previous game at least felt somehow grandiose at the end, this game finished with a whimper. Like, this is the ending cutscene without any cuts. I did not do anything to this.
Wait a while out!
I'm wilding out, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I mean, it does have an entire snowboarding section, which is why it's called Tony Hawk Shred.
I did try it out for a bit to see how fun it was, but overall it felt slightly less polished than the skateboarding section, and again, it wasn't really fun, so since I'm not here to learn snowboarding, I just didn't see it being worth the time investment.
But now for the moment that I've been dreading for over a month.
All right, we have a
riding
board.
real skate.
What do we got? Adidas sticker? Polar board? You think you bought this on Facebook Marketplace?
Ah, shit.
Damn, just no one at the sick park?
Again.
Wait, is he still in Japan?
For the first time, I mean, I haven't set a single step on a skateboard before.
Welcome to the
What the heck?
North Tallinn Athletic Park, featuring a basketball court, outdoor gym, parkour area, children's yo-ho-ho
Damn,
fun
that was a good
section,
parkour area.
and most importantly, the skate park.
But before we move on, I've seen enough people get hurt on this, so I don't want to really raw dog skating. We need protection.
Bro's editing is too good. This is my new favorite channel.
All right, homie.
Oh my God.
Game. Can you put them to the test, though?
with the terrible filter? Oh my God. This is too
Have
sick.
6 missions in front of you. And to help me, judge me, I've hired a pro skater. Or have I? Have I? Can you do tricks?
We'll see.
Let's go.
Right, so how many do you think
This is
I'll
so
be able
much
to
better
do
than I thought it was going to
today?
be.
I think all, but the kickflip is...
Standing, steering, ollie, drop in, grind, kickflip. Okay, 0% we do kickflip. Grind depending on how much we cheat. Drop in. Will this man drop in? I'm gonna say, oh yeah, for the vid maybe. I think maybe.
It's the most toughest one, so we'll see.
Man, what? I thought I'd do half of these, and that's already being too optimistic. Like, what sort of confidence am I exuding? Does he think I'm a prodigy or something?
Uh-oh, not the best shoes. Oh wait, they're Vans?
First step done.
Does he have the gym Vans? Wait a second.
Nice.
Are these Vans or are these knockoff? Ultra range, yeah, I guess. Not very good for skating.
done.
I don't know if I've seen those ones though.
Nice.
Bennies,
now
bennies,
just
bennies.
start to pushing the speed and just keep the balance.
Okay, not the best instruction from bro. We could do with a little more babying.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's gonna slip out.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Keha raskus on enamasti keskel ilusti. Sinnapoole juba. Yeah.
Okay, he did say bend these.
As I was
He's
gathering
improved.
my
He looks like
bearings
he's
and trying to
listening.
understand how the board properly works, I have to note that driving in real life is so much easier than driving in game. Like, I could actually control the board here, and when I turn, it turned normally.
I'm not sure what country he's from.
Seda päkka peal, seda tõuget.
He said Eastern European, and then his channel had videos of him living in Japan. I don't know if this is in Europe or Japan though. It looks like Europe, I guess. It's crazy there's no one here in the middle of the day.
What?
Hey, that was something.
Running back, slow motion. Ah, here you go. All of the wheels were in the air. I am counting this as a success. With the drop-in, I know how it physically works.
Don't you dare count this. Don't you dare do this and then go to the quarter, but you can't count this. Come
And
on.
the teacher even told me that I shouldn't be scared. I have to lean everything on my front foot. But man, my brain is not working properly because I could not slam down and I was scared.
Damn.
Somehow, by the end, I was able to pull it off though.
Yes.
And I know this doesn't count as a real drop-in, so we're going to be increasing the angle of the drop-in until I do a real one.
Oh my gosh. All right, I gave him a mate. Oh my deadly. I think for the vid he might send it. Oh my God. Was that helmet on the ground? Did helmet connect? But see, look. Oh no, we good. Is that a GoPro on his wrist? We good. Helmet did not hit.
Alright, and next up we have the kickflip. which I decided to skip on for no real reason. I just didn't want to do it.
So compared to other beginners, would you say I'm a bit better, worse, same?
Average. Typical beginner that doesn't really want to learn to skate, I think. From 0, decent. Hey, you re-rolled a little bit. We could have rolled a little bit longer, build a little more skill, but yeah, probably average.
I would say that you're worse.
To be honest, I don't think the game did much in helping me to skateboard. It did help me get a bit more comfortable standing on the board, but overall, it's not a good teaching method. Though, that being said, it did succeed in its main goal, which is getting more people into skateboarding. I feel like Tony Hawk games usually don't do that, but if you're already on a semi-real board, you want to try out the real thing. And I'm not saying that I'll start doing tricks now and just be a skater boy, but after finishing the game, I have skateboarded around just for fun.
So this
Let's
is
go.
my car, but it's not a normal car. Pro skater could actually play Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Okei, täiesti nagu rahulikult tunnetad seda asja siin ja siis teed väikse.
This is how you know bro's locked in. We have lost the, all right, I'll translate it into English just for your video-ness. We're just like, I gotta concentrate. We're back to the native language.
Et see on pigem nagu accurate selle jaoks.
Dude, you're supposed to do it in the game!
Boom. With the song? Dude, this was such a good video. Shout out to this guy. This guy was so good. We gotta comment something nice on this. Holy shit. That was so much better than what I thought it would be. How long ago was this? So I guess, yeah, really, it looks like all his content is about living in Japan, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't have much interest in watching at all. The weirdest museum in Tokyo, but that was very good video. Let's give him a nice. Yo, this was such a fun watch. Shred on, homie. That was really good.